I often talk about the transition from a life of success to a life of significance. And I think, historically, we've seen, as you said, that it's almost like you have to get success first. And then you ask that question, am I now ready to live a life of significance? But I think the younger generations need to be challenging themselves to live a life of success and significance, to make it, an inclusive mindset that says you don't have to have either success or significance. You can set your stall out such that you're looking to generate both in your life. And I think, that's the challenge, particularly for those younger generations, to show that that's possible and to prove that that's the way the business can show up in the world.
Absolutely. I underlined that in my book when I read it, a life of significance. I love that. In the book, you also give us this framework, I guess you would call it, of a purpose-driven leadership that's up, in, out. I don't know, where does it start? Or in, out, up? Where it's a triangle. So I don't know if there's a good starting place, but I would love for you to tell us more about how that works.
Yeah, well, it's a triangle, as you say. So you can start at any point. I typically start at the up because I think the up, the up probably comes first. So I go up, in, out on the triangle. The reason for this model is really the subtitle of the book is How to Thrive as a Purpose-Driven Leader. So my audience is really those people and leaders who've already said, I do want to stand for purpose. I do want to live this life of significance as well as a life of success. How do I do it well? How do I do it where I'm thriving? Because there are a lot of purpose-driven leaders who feel their purpose as a burden and not as a joy. And so I think we want to be thriving as purpose-driven leaders rather than martyring ourselves, against this wonderful purpose. So that's why I have this model in the book, up, in, and out. And the up is very much, as the name implies, it's about the purpose, whatever you want to call your purpose, your calling, your vocation, what is it that has that presence for you that means that you put that first, and that gives you that guiding light, that true north. So do you know what that purpose is? How do you stay connected with it? How do you make sure it still feels like a joy rather than a burden? So that's the up. The in is really about how we take care of ourselves on the journey, because there are purpose-driven leaders who self-sacrifice and run out of energy halfway through the race. And that doesn't really help us. We want those leaders to finish the race. So how do we look after our motivation, our resilience, our well-being? And then the out is how do we bring people with us on this purpose-driven journey? Not everybody is going to be as passionate about your purpose as you are on day one. So how do you engage people? How do you build that followership? In particular, in a post-pandemic world where a lot of talent is asking themselves big questions, is wondering, where do I give this extra discretionary effort? Do I give it to you, or do I give it to somebody else or something else in my life? So I think we have to work hard at building that followership that allows us to turbocharge the progress towards that purpose. So that's how the up, in, and out works. And it's just a simple framework that hopefully is memorable and allows people to create a language to talk about these challenges.